And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the BC softball field on the campus of Brevard College. Got started a little before the scheduled time. First pitch, 12:51. So we're about 9 minutes ahead of schedule. So if you're just now tuning in, you haven't missed much. The leadoff single by Hudson, and then she stole second. So base runner at second for Briar. And now a 3-2 count to Smith. Lindsay Toll, the senior, in the circle for the Tornadoes. Grounder here, picked up by Morgan, and that's going to be out number one. Then the runner advances to third, so one out. Nice play there by Morgan, but good hustle by Hudson to take third on the play. Now batting number 88, Lauren Jamerson. So that'll bring up Lauren Jamerson. Tornadoes defensively. Webb, Hyatt, and Queen left to right in the outfield. And here's the pitch from Lindsay Toll. Hard hit grounder to Morgan, and now a play at the plate, and that's going to score a run for Briar. So 2 outs and a 1-0 lead now for Briar. Tornadoes seem to do everything they could right there, but still, it's going to be an RBI ground out for Jamerson. Now batting number 7, Melanie Reese. Quick ball put into play there, but it's going to be a line out to end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Briar. So bottom of the first here at the BC softball field. Beth Hyatt leading off for the Tornadoes, one of the 5 seniors who will be honored. And on a 1-0 count, she lines that back to the pitcher for 1 out. Now batting for your Tornadoes, left fielder number 4, Carly Queen. First pitch to Carly Queen off the mark. So in case you're tuning in hoping to catch the Senior Day ceremony, we will have that in between games. So a shift from the schedule that we've done in past years, but we'll have the Senior Day ceremony in between the games of this doubleheader, so be sure to stick around for that. 2-0 the count now to Queen. Tornado starting lineup, Hyatt, Queen, and Morgan, 1, 2, 3 in the batting order. Olive, Sorrell, Rogers, Lucky, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, Hooper, Layton, and Webb. And you're watching Carly Queen against the pitcher for Sweetbriar, number 21, Grace Picenti. 3-1 the count. And the pitch. Inside, ball 4. So runner aboard in the form of Carly Queen. And that'll bring up Michaela Morgan. Now batting for your Tornadoes, senior shortstop number 14, Michaela Morgan. So Michaela Morgan steps to the plate. Michaela Morgan, by the way, she hit 2 home runs yesterday. First pitch, a ball. 1-0 the count. And the 1-0. Low, ball 2, runner going. And a stolen base. So runner at second. 2 balls, no strikes. So good-looking work on the base pass there for Carly Queen. And the 2-0. Called strike, so the count runs to 2-1. Michaela Morgan coming off a 2 home run day yesterday. Seeing if she can keep this hot hitting going here on Senior Day. And the pitch. High, ball 3. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Caitlin Olive, part of that senior class, awaits on deck. Count runs to 3-2, so full count here for Morgan in this battle with Grace Picenti. And called strike 3. And that'll bring up Caitlin Olive. Now batting for your Tornadoes, first baseman number 34, senior Caitlin Olive. So Caitlin Olive steps to the plate. First pitch fouled back.
That was a strike. Yeah, that was a strike. Sorry, Jack. Got it. Didn't know that.
Then a wild pitch is going to advance the runner to third. Called strike there. 1-2 the count. Runner at third. That's Carly Queen. There's 2 outs. Bottom of inning number 1. The pitch. This is lifted foul, so the count will remain 1-2. And called strike 3 there, so Olive goes down swinging, and we'll head to the second inning with your score, Sweetbriar 1, Brevard 0. So to the top of the second we go. Victoria 2, the batter. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1. Two balls, no strikes, no outs. And the pitch. Called strike there, 2-1. Victoria 2 at the plate. She fouls this out of play off the roof of the visitors' dugout, and the count runs to 2-2. Well, stick around. In between games, we'll have the Senior Day ceremony. 5 seniors being honored: Lindsay Toll, Beth Hyatt, Michaela Morgan, Serena Rogers-Lucky, and Caitlin Olive. As this is lifted to left field, and Carly Queen able to make the play for out number 1. I'll bring up Wilkerson. Now batting number 20, Abby Wilkerson. Lindsay Cole going back to work here. Inning number 2. First pitch swinging, and an incredible catch in center field. What a play by Beth Hyatt, ladies and gentlemen. An absolute web gem by Beth Hyatt. Diving catch for out number 2. Now batting number 23, Caden Williams. I'll bring up Caden Williams. So 2 quick outs by the Tornadoes. What a play there by the senior Beth Hyatt. And now this play gets just in between Morgan and Queen for a base hit. So runner at first. Now batting number 14, Alyssa O'Quinn. That'll bring up Alyssa O'Quinn. And the pitch. Got away from Rogers-Lucky. He ruled a passed ball as the runner advances to second. And this is fouled away. One ball, one strike. Top of inning number 2. A glorious Sunday afternoon, sun shining brightly. After the Brevard area encountered heavy winds yesterday for both baseball, women's lacrosse, also women's tennis somehow played in those conditions. Gust up to 50 miles per hour, power outages throughout campus as this is fouled back. But today, just absolutely glorious. Glad you're able to tune in wherever you may be tuning in from. And the 1-2. Fouled off there. At bat will continue this battle between O'Quinn and Lindsay Toll, the Tornado senior. Great crowd here for senior day as well. It's a very festive atmosphere. Decor all over. There was all sorts of special warm-up jerseys being worn. We've got graphics on the diamond here. 2-2 the count now. O'Quinn versus Toll. This next pitch will be pitch number 7 of the at-bat. And fouled out of play, so the at-bat will continue. There was a ceremonial first pitch with the 5 seniors receiving the first pitch from family members. Special moment here at the BC softball field. So the festivities just getting started here. Game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll have the big ceremony in between games. Here's the pitch from Toll. This is hammered to right field over the head of Jasmine Webb, and that's going to be a double, make it a potential triple as she rounds second to third, and now is going to be thrown out at home. So nicely done there by the Tornado defense to regroup there and to get the third out of the inning. So wild play there. 1 run scores in the process. And O'Quinn is then thrown out after the triple, trying to stretch it a little further than that. So we'll head to the bottom of the second with your score. 2-0 Sweet Briar. So Valerie Sorrell will lead things off. She'll be followed by Serena Rogers-Lucky and Gabby Hooper. What a play defensively by the Tornadoes to limit the damage there in the second inning. As this is blasted to left field off the fence. And that's going to be a double for Sorrell. And that's a Tornado double for Valerie Sorrell. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the senior catcher, number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. So Serena Rogers-Lucky, one of those 5 seniors, will step to the plate. After that double, Rogers-Lucky lays down a beautifully executed bunt. That'll be a sacrifice to send Sorrell to third. Now batting for Tornadoes, third baseman number 22, Gabby Hooper. first pitch fouled off, strike one. And the pitch. Lifted up. And that'll be a pop-up to the second baseman, Smith. That'll bring up Evie Layton. Now batting for Tornadoes, number 13, Evie Layton. And that'll be the end of the inning as Layton grounds out to the third baseman. We'll head to the top of the third. Your score, Sweet Briar 2, Brevard 0. Back to action here at the BC softball field. And that is hammered down the left field line for a base hit. First pitch of the inning by Kuleba of Sweet Briar. And back to the top of the order we go. Number 3, Kaylee Hudson. Now batting number 3, Kaylee Hudson. Oh, 1 the count. And that's hammered to Morgan. Tornadoes trying to turn the double play. They'll get the lead runner at first, so out number 1. On the fielder's choice. Which goes 6-4 on the putout. So 1 out in a visit to the circle by Coach Sharon discussing something. Actually, she walked right past the circle to talk to the umpire and now discussing perhaps an interference on that slide into second. Bottom line is 1 out runner at first now. And that'll bring up Anna Smith. Now batting number 2, Anna Smith. So Smith steps to the plate against Toll. As that's fouled off. 0-1 the count. Bunt there is going to move the runner over. That'll be out number 2. Another sacrifice. Now batting number 88, Lauren Jamerson. So Lauren Jamerson will step to the plate. Where's the number 88? You don't see that in softball too often. Used to seeing that on football wide receivers. (1-0) the count to Jamerson. Lindsey Toll going back to work for the Tornadoes. Nice pitch there. Got Jamerson looking. Toll now over 30 pitches. This is fouled out of play. Ball traveled a long distance. Runner going and caught stealing. Nicely done there. Serena Rogers lucky. Then Gabby Hooper laying down the tag, and that'll end the inning. Your score, Sweet Briar 2, Tornado 0. Jasmine Webb will lead things off for the Tornadoes. First pitch swinging's Webb, and she blasts that into left field. Well, we mentioned the hot hitting Morgan. Jasmine Webb has been hot hitting as well. Really productive these last few series and able to get things started there with a leadoff double, or leadoff single rather, here in the third. Now batting for your Tornadoes, senior center fielder number 5, Beth Hyatt. Pitch was a ball, so 1-0 the count on the stolen base by Webb. So Webb, very active, one of the fastest Tornadoes. As that's fouled back. Exciting freshman Jasmine Webb making an early impact in her rookie campaign. Our apologies for the technical difficulties. We lost power here. This was a big issue on campus yesterday. And glad to be back and running here. We lost power for about 6 or 7 minutes. Heavy winds in the area yesterday, up to 50 miles per hour. As play there almost made. Ball was foul, so Hyatt was on the move thinking she could come home on the process, but 1-2 the count. Foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Michaela Morgan at the plate. It's a 2-1 lead for the Sweet Briar Vixens. And the pitch. Fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Bottom of inning number 3. Game 1 of a doubleheader as that's fouled back, so this battle continuing. Between Pacenti and Michaela Morgan. Morgan, 2 home runs yesterday at Southern Virginia. Oh, my. Swing and a miss there. So able to get her swinging was Pacenti. That'll bring up Caitlin Olive. Now batting for your Tornadoes, senior first baseman number 34, Caitlin Olive. This is lifted to right field, just foul, just missed that foul line by a matter of inches. So 0-1 the count to Olive. One of the 5 seniors will be honored. One the count to Olive. Base runner on third, that's Beth Hyatt. This is grounded to second, but that'll be out number 3. And that'll do it for the end of the third. With your score, Sweet Briar 2, Brevard 1. So runner at first, that's Jamerson after the base hit. Rees at the plate as Lindsey Toll continues to work in the circle for the Tornadoes. 2-1, Vixens leading the Tornadoes. Pitch there and called, strike 3. Toll able to get the strikeout looking. And that created a round of applause from the Tornado faithful. Now batting number 22, Victoria 2. So that'll bring up number 2-2, Victoria 2. Pitch here, driven to Olive, and then off Olive's glove. And Layton able to get it right back to Olive. So on the putout, that'll be a rare 1-4-1 putout. Runner advances on the play. And that'll bring up Wilkerson. Now batting number 20, Abby Wilkerson. Fast and furious action here at the BC softball field. We're moving right along here in the fourth. This is grounded foul. Oh, 2 the count after that was fouled off. And the pitch. Grounded to third. Hooper comes up with it and able to make the play to Olive for out number 3. Nicely done there by the Tornado defense. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Your score, Sweet Briar 2, Brevard 1. So Valerie Sorrell will lead things off for the Tornadoes. First pitch off the mark, ball 1. Nice crowd out here at the BC softball field. Beautiful weather. We're expecting an appearance by NATO, the mascot of Brevard College as well, the white squirrel. Have a in-between games promotion involving NATO as well. A festive atmosphere here at the BC softball field. The party just getting started, game 1 of the doubleheader. Appreciate members of the BC volleyball program helping us out behind the scenes. Had a big day of spring volleyball yesterday on the road at Milligan. Working hard in the spring season to prepare for fall of 2023. And the pitch. This is driven foul. Sorrell got a lot of that offering. Back continuing here, battle between Pacenti and Sorrell. Fouled off there, so becoming quite the battle. 8 pitch at bat thus far. Single-handedly running Pacenti's pitch count up. This at bat of Sorrell. On deck for the Tornadoes, Serena Rogers-Lucky. Pacenti able to get Sorrell swinging, though, there. And that'll bring up Serena Rogers-Lucky, the senior. Now batting for Tornado senior catcher number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. So Serena Rogers-Lucky steps to the plate. On deck for the Nados, Gabby Hooper. First pitch, a ball to Serena Lucky. Serena Rogers-Lucky. As Rogers-Lucky fouls that back. She'll be graduating with a degree in criminal justice, a psychology minor, and has plans to go to Georgia Tech University, where she will work with the police department as an officer. Member of the Criminal Justice Honor Society. Outstanding student athlete for us here at Brevard College. 2-1 the count. One down here, nobody on. As that's high outside, ball 3. Pitch there across the plate. Fouled off there. These last 2 at-bats have been lengthy ones for Pacenti. Sorrell and now Serena Rogers-Lucky. Pacenti now over 50 pitches. This is jacked foul. That ball traveled a long way, but foul. 8 pitch at-bat going once again here for Pacenti. Busy times here at Brevard College Tornado Athletics. Another great day of action. Baseball currently in the rubber match against NC Wesleyan. We'll see if we can get you an update there. And taking ball 4 there. Nice job of plate discipline for Serena Rogers-Lucky. That'll bring up Gabby Hooper. Now batting for your Tornadoes, third baseman number 22, Gabby Hooper. Update from the baseball game at Gilcone Field. Bottom of inning number 3, NC Wesleyan 4, Brevard 1. Game you're watching here, a 2-1 advantage for the visitors from Sweetbriar College. This is lifted to center, and that'll be a line out to center field as Kuleba makes the play. Now batting number 13, Evie Layton. I'll bring up Layton. And the pitch. Low, ball one. If the inning continues, Jasmine Webb awaits on deck. But this is driven to the shortstop for out number 3 as Tornadoes leave a base runner. And we will go to the top of the 5th with your score. Vixens 2, Tornadoes 1. One out there after a 0-1 pitch driven to Morgan. Now batting number 14, Alyssa O'Quinn. Good looking pitch there from Toll, fooling O'Quinn for strike one. Swing and a miss there, 0-2. And strikeout there. And now 2 outs. That'll bring up Kuleba. Now batting, number 9, Ilka Marie Kuleba. Kuleba, the 9-hole hitter. Starting center fielder. As Toll going back to work here. Right around 50 pitches herself. Seen some good pitching in this one, just a 2-1 ball game. Top of the 5th. The pitch. Fouled back and out of play. 1-1 the count. Well, reminder, stick around. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up after this, but in between the two games, Senior Day ceremony. One, two, the count. And the pitch. And play made there, so nice 1-2-3 inning by the Tornadoes as Morgan makes the put out at short. We'll head to the bottom of the fifth. Due up for the Tornadoes, Jasmine Webb, Beth Hyatt, and Carly Queen. Your score, middle of inning number 5, Vixens 2, Tornadoes 1. First pitch swinging is Webb, and one pitch, one out for Pacenti and the Vixens defense. And that'll bring up Beth Hyatt. One, two, the count. A senior Beth Hyatt. Appreciate you sticking with us. We had a power outage earlier in this ball game. Big power issues here at Brevard College yesterday and throughout Transylvania County, even the surrounding counties as well. A major, major windstorm hit the area. And back up and running today. All systems go now, and that's a base hit for Beth Hyatt. So with Beth Hyatt on first, Carly Queen the batter. First pitch fouled back. She 1-1 the count after the first pitch was a ball. 2-1 your score. Foul tip there as Hyatt was off and running. She's going to be sent back to first. And that is lifted to right field. That's going to be a base hit, and Hyatt able to advance. Nice job of base running by Hyatt, who had the awareness to make sure that that ball wasn't caught, and she could have gotten doubled up at first. I'll bring up Michaela Morgan. Now batting for your Tornadoes, number 14, senior Michaela Morgan. Now batting for your Tornadoes, number 34, senior Caitlin Olive. To the top of the sixth we go. So here's a challenge for you, DJ. Is there some sentimental music you can play in the background as I'm doing all the senior day ceremony stuff? Now batting number 3, Kaylee Hudson. I'm just going to trust you. Whatever you feel like. Simply the Best. You know that one? Right? What count?
2 balls. Thank you, Emma.
Lindsay Toll going back to work here. 2-0 the count. Pitch here, fouled off. And the pitch. Count runs to 3-2. Check that, 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Toll versus Hudson. As this is drilled foul. Count runs to 3-2, so full count. Hudson, the leadoff hitter for the Vixens. And that'll be ball 4. So runner aboard for Briar. That'll bring up Smith. Now batting number 2, Anna Smith. So Smith steps to the plate. And the pitch. Lifted, and that'll be a pop-up to the second baseman, Layton. So quick out there. I'll bring up Jamerson. Now batting number 88, Lauren Jamerson. Lindsay Toll, great outing here. Senior pitcher out of Maryland. Pitch there across the plate. And able to make the play with getting out the lead runner. Nice job on the force out. So that'll be out number 2, where the base runner has not left because there's a bit of an appeal here going on from the Briar coaches. And now being sent to the dugout, lead runner Hudson. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Rees. Now batting number 7, Melanie Rees. So Sorrell will lead things off for the Tornadoes. And the 0-1. Pacenti continuing her outing. We saw her at the plate at the end of that last frame. This is fouled away. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. A 2-1 advantage for Sweetbriar. Then a swing and a miss there for out number 1. Bring up Serena Rogers-Lucky. Now batting for Tornadoes, the senior catcher, number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. First pitch fouled back. Just a 1-run ball game. So Tornadoes see if they can get some more offense generated to try to find an equalizer or perhaps a go-ahead run as well. And the pitch. Lifted, and that'll be a pop-up to the third baseman. So 2 down here in the 6th. I'll bring up Gabby Hooper. Now batting third baseman number 22, Gabby Hooper. If the inning continues, Evie Layton awaits on deck. And just foul. That was blasted down the third base line by Hooper. And the 0-1. Across the plate, strike 2. Crowd didn't like that. Ball is in strike decision, but there's only one opinion that matters. Called that pitch right around the knees, a strike. As this is lifted to left field, and that'll be out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the 7th with your score. Sweetbriar 2, Brevard 1. So 2 Wilkerson and Williams due up here for the Vixens. Top of inning number 7. Lindsay Toll continuing her outing. Tornadoes defense and Toll will try to keep this margin just at 1 run, give the offense a chance in the bottom of the inning, but good start there. 1 pitch, 1 out on the ground out to Morgan. I'll bring up Wilkerson. Now batting number 20, Abby Wilkerson. So Wilkerson to the plate. Outstanding performance thus far. 2 outs away now from going a complete 7 innings. Lindsay Toll, the senior. Pitch here. Just missing to the inside, ball 1. Pitch there off the mark, ball 2. Two one the count, and that is well done there for out number 2. Pitch here outside, ball 1. Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. A masterful performance thus far for Lindsay Toll, keeping her team right here in it. A 2-1 ball game. Pitch here. Missing, ball 2. This is lifted deep to right field, all the way to the fence. Webb sends it back in. That'll be a double for Williams. So, runner in scoring position, which would be a valuable insurance run for the Vixens. Now batting number 14, Alyssa O'Quinn. Meanwhile, here's O'Quinn. Toll's allowed just 6 hits, 2 runs. 2 strikeouts and a walk through 6 2/3, trying to get that 3rd out here in the top of the 7th. One the count, runner in second. The pitch from Toll. Across the plate, strike 2. Now 1 pitch, 1 strike away from getting out of this top of the 7th. High, ball 2. Toll versus O'Quinn. Non-conference game for these two teams. Sweet Briar, a member of the ODAC conference. As this is popped up, and Serena Rogers-Lucky on senior day talking about some hustle, whatever it takes. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner at second. The pitch. And that hit the batter, so runners now first and second. So Kaleba will come to the plate. Runners first and second, 2 outs. Big situation here. Tornadoes certainly want to keep the margin right at 1 run. While Sweet Briar certainly would love to pad their lead with an insurance run or 2. Certainly will be a factor as far as the dynamics in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch popped up, out of play over our broadcast location. And the 1-1. Across the plate, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners first and second. A 2-1 ball game. Wow, the fans on the edge of their seat here at the BC softball field as this is fouled off. What an environment today, senior day. Baseball happening next door over at Gilcone Field. (7-3) NC Wesleyan on top of the Tornadoes there in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2. So once again, a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Now runners first and second. Kuleba versus Toll. Toll right around 80 pitches. That is hammered foul, so the battle will continue between these two. Glorious weather here on this Sunday. A pleasant 66 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Perfectly blue skies surrounding us here in the beautiful mountains of western North Carolina as this is driven past the left fielder, and that's going to be a 2-run double for Sweet Briar as their dugout just erupts. And the score goes to 4-1. Now batting number 3, Kaylee Hudson. That'll bring up Hudson after the 2 RBI double by Kuleba. That is some clutch hitting here in the top of the 7th with 2 outs by Kuleba. And the assignment has become that much tougher for the Tornadoes, now trailing 4-1. Popped up here for out number 3, but the damage done after the 2 RBI double. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Your score, Sweet Briar 4, Brevard 1. Due up for the Tornadoes, Evie Layton, Jasmine Webb, and then Beth Hyatt. Tornadoes down by 3 here in the bottom of the 7th. Pitch there, high, ball 1. Pacenti continuing her outing. She's been outstanding, allowing just the 1 run. And the pitch. Missing there, ball 2. Called strike there. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Jasmine Webb awaits on deck. Wind starting to pick up a bit. Nothing like what we saw yesterday, as that's fouled away. Currently blowing in from center. And the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Three-two the count, the pitch. Fouled back, out of play. Ball 4, so runner aboard for the Nados. That'll be Evie Layton. Now bring up Jasmine Webb. Now batting for your Tornadoes right field, number 24, Jasmine Webb. So Webb steps to the plate. Beth Hyatt awaits on deck. Runner at first, no outs. First pitch a ball. And the 1-0. Cross the plate there, 1-1. This is lifted to the second baseman, Smith, for out number 1. Now batting for Tornadoes center fielder, the senior number 5, Beth Hyatt. So that'll bring up Beth Hyatt. Layton the runner at first. Tornadoes in a 3-run hole here, bottom of the 7th. Pitch here outside, ball one. Pacenti approaching the 100 pitch mark. And the 1-0. And that'll be a base hit by Hyatt, in runners first and second for the Tornadoes. So Tornadoes have something cooking here in the bottom of the seventh. Now batting for Tornadoes left field, number 4, Carly Queen. And Queen will step to the plate. First pitch called strike. One out, runners first and second, an 0-1 count to Queen. Michaela Morgan awaits on deck. 0-2 the count after 2 consecutive called strikes. Wind picking up yet again, blowing in from center. And the 0-2, fouled back towards our broadcast location. Count will remain 0-2. As they say at a softball game, keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of foul balls. And the pitch, fouled away here towards the visitors' dugout. The count with 1 out. And the pitch. Inside, ball 1. And the 1-2. Gets past the catcher, and the runners will advance, so the count will run to 2-2. And 2 Tornadoes now in scoring position, second and third, with 1 out. The Carly Queen at-bat continues. Runners second and third. Layton, the base runner at third. Hyatt, the base runner at second. Pitch there, high and outside, ball 3. Full count. And the NATO fans in attendance move that much further towards the edge of their seat. Three balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, drilled down the third base line, foul. What a battle this is becoming. 8 pitches thus far as Pacenti has eclipsed the 100 pitch mark. And now a meeting at the circle by the Sweet Briar coach, also head coach Bree Sharon and assistant coach Taylor Hanna talking things over with Hyatt and Layton, the 2 base runners. Also Carly Queen, who's at the plate at the moment with a full count. Tying run at the plate. (4-1), Sweet Briar on top. The pitch, fouled back. And the battle continues. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat coming. And the pitch. Popped up. And able to make the play there, the Vixen third baseman for out number 2. And that'll bring up Michaela Morgan. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the senior shortstop, number 14, Michaela Morgan. So discussion here with the home plate umpire and head coach Bree Sharon. And seeing if we can get an idea what this is all about. After the pop-up by Queen, looked pretty routine. Base runners holding at second and third base. So looks like we'll just continue where we left off. 4-1 Sweetbriar on top of Brevard. Michaela Morgan, one of the top hitters in all of the USA South Conference at the plate. And the pitch. Outside, ball one. Tornadoes down to their final out here in game one of the doubleheader. Trailing by 3. If the inning continues, Caitlin Olive awaits on deck. Runners second and third, 2 outs. Pacenti versus Morgan. The pitch. Called strike, 1-1. Morgan lifts this, and that'll be the ball game as second baseman Smith able to make the play. Your final score, 4-1 Sweetbriar.
If we could have your attention, ladies and gentlemen, time for our Senior Day ceremony. Glad you're able to join us as we celebrate 5 seniors this afternoon. First up, a senior pitcher and outfielder for Pasadena, Maryland, number 1, Lindsay Toll. Lindsay's being escorted by parents Dawn and Paul, as well as her softball mentor, Olivia. She'll graduate this May with a degree in early childhood education. Future plans include attending Stevenson University, obtaining a nursing degree, and playing softball. A Dean's List student all 4 years. Her favorite memory at BC is the time she played with her dad here, and also her mom surprising her at Agnes Scott. She says to future tornadoes, be sure to chase your dreams. There's nothing you can't achieve. And a message to her parents, Dad, a simple thank you. You will never be a simple thank you will never be enough for all you've done and you continue to do for me. My favorite thing about softball is the time I give with you. You're my rock, and 52 will always be for me and you. Mom, I love you unconditionally. You're my best friend, my biggest supporter, and the most beautiful person I know inside and out. Thank you for always being the loudest in the stands and never failing to be the best at surprises. I love you both. And a big thank you as well from Lindsay to her teammates and coaches. How about a big round of applause for senior number 1, Lindsay Toll. Next up, a senior outfielder from Sunset, South Carolina, number 5, Beth Hyatt. She's escorted by her mom, Miranda, her father, Gary, and Joyce Kelly, her nana. Graduating in May with a degree in criminal justice, she plans to pursue a career in social work. Academic awards include the Criminal Justice Honor Society, and she was a first-team all-academic conference selection. Her favorite memory at Brevard is when we played at Myrtle Beach, and everyone dogged me for having a headband tan line from a really bad sunburn. The future tornado, she says, hey, come in the program, be open-minded, and strive to be the best version of yourself. And her message to her parents, to Mom and Dad, all the sacrifices you made, the long days at the ballpark, and all the money you spent finally paid off. I did it like you always knew I would. Now I'm hanging the cleats up for good. Thank you for being my biggest supporters on my best days and my shoulder to cry on the worst. And to Nana, I wouldn't be here without you and your constant support. You might not know much about softball, but you never fail to ask me how my games went, and you show up for me in every aspect of my life. You're my biggest fan and the woman I've always looked up to most, and I'm forever grateful to know I'm always will have you in my corner. I love y'all the most, she says. And how about one more round of applause for senior number 5, Beth Hyatt. Next, a senior infielder from Robbinsville, North Carolina, number 14, Michaela Morgan. Michaela is being escorted by her parents, Michael and Amanda Morgan. She'll graduate in the fall with a degree in psychology. Her plans after graduation are to move to Tennessee and become a school counselor at a high school. A Dean's List student, she was a second-team all-conference selection last season, and this year is atop several statistical categories for the USA South Conference. Her favorite memory was a walk-off versus Maryville to score Gabby Hooper, who she says she's played softball with all of her life. Advice to future tornadoes is do little things right and enjoy every moment because it is done before you know it, and believe in yourself. And Michaela's message to her parents, thank you so much for everything that you do and for always being my biggest supporter and fans. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Without y'all always telling me the sky's the limit. You have shown me that hard work does okay off even in the classroom as well as on the field. I love y'all so much and will always be beyond grateful and blessed to have parents like you, she says. Also, big thank you to her coaches and teammates from Michaela Morgan. How about one more big round of applause? Senior infielder from Robbinsville, North Carolina, number 14, Michaela Morgan. Our next senior, a catcher from Inman, South Carolina, number 26, Serena Rogers Lucky. Serena's being escorted by her mom, Dawn Rogers, and stepfather, Mike Berry. She'll be graduating in 2023 with a degree in criminal justice to go along with a psychology minor. Her future plans include going to Georgia Tech, where she'll work in the police department as an officer. A member of the Criminal Justice Honor Society, her favorite memory at BC was when she and Farmer were in quarantine together. And folks, this must be an inside joke. They created the Mullet Men. Future Tornadoes' advice is don't give up. Nothing is impossible. Her message to her parents, thank you both for all the money and time you've spent for me to continue playing the sport that I fell in love with. Both of you have made many sacrifices for me to play this long. And Mom, I recognize all that you've done for me growing up. I know that things were hard, but you did the best you could. Thank you for all the life lessons you have taught me. You've been nothing but supportive and loving. Thank you for making me the woman that I am today and being the role model and person I look up to. And Mike, thank you for being the father that I never had. You were thrown into the deep end, and I have to admit, you did a great job. Serena also gives big thanks to her coaches, teammates, and fellow student athletes. And how about one more big round of applause for the senior catcher from Inman, South Carolina, number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. Our next senior, a senior infield from Lenore, North Carolina, number 34, Caitlin Olive. Caitlin's being escorted by her parents, Amanda and Richard Olive, as well as her brother, Grammy, and Pawpaw. Graduating in May with a degree in criminal justice, her future plans are to continue playing softball while in the Emergency Management Master's Program. Member of the drumline and SAC here at Brevard College, she was a Dean's List member for all 4 years. Her favorite memories are team cookouts and being Coach Bree's spike ball partner. Advice is to be thankful you are here, and because it is a very special experience, she tells future Tornadoes. And a big thank you to her parents. She says, thank you for the endless amount of time, effort, and money put into this sport throughout my life. I know I've been put you through the ringer when it comes to softball, but thank you for the love and support you give me every day, and I wouldn't be here without you. Big thank you also to her teammates and her coaches. And how about one more round of applause for the senior infield from Lenore, North Carolina, number 34, Caitlin Olive. And as senior Caitlin Olive crosses home plate, how about one more big round of applause for the entire senior class. Number 1, Lindsay Toll. Number 5, Beth Hyatt. Number 14, Michaela Morgan. Number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. And number 34, Caitlin Olive. How about a big round of applause also for all the families of the seniors. Thanks for being a part of this special ceremony as well. And join us here in all the continued support of Brevard College softball.
Back here underway, start of game number 2 of the doubleheader after a senior day ceremony honoring the 5 seniors, Beth Hyatt, Michaela Morgan, Caitlin Olive, and Serena Rogers-Lucky, along with Lindsay Toll, who is the pitcher in game number 1. Pitcher here in game number 2 is Grace Reynolds. First pitch, ball. Hudson, the leadoff hitter for the Vixens, who took a 4-1 win in game number 1. Pitch here, across the plate. 1-1. Tornadoes defensively line up as follows. Carly Queen in left field. Beth Hyatt in center field. Jasmine Webb in right field. Same outfield that we saw game 1. As a comebacker to Reynolds, and she's able to make the play there for out number 1. Nice piece of defense there by Grace Reynolds, helping her own cause. And that'll bring up Smith. Now batting second baseman number 2, Anna Smith. So Anna Smith will step to the plate. 1 out. Now 2 outs. That's a quick out there by the Nados. Good job defensively once again. Now batting number 88, Lauren Jamerson. How to bring up Jamerson. Just getting started, top of inning number 1, game number 2 of this doubleheader. On a glorious, sunny Palm Sunday. Pitch here off the plate. 2-0 the count. Lauren Jamerson, starting left fielder for the Vixens. Pitch here from Reynolds, and that'll be an easy play for Layton for out number 3. So nice 1-2-3 inning, just 7 pitches for Grace Reynolds. And nice start for the Tornadoes here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless, Briar and Brevard. So senior Beth Hyatt will lead things off for the Tornadoes. Starting pitcher for Briar after an impressive performance by Grace Pacenti in game number 1. As that play goes 4-3. Starting pitcher in game number 2 for the Vixens is Brooke Patrick. And 1 pitch, 1 out there. As Hyatt's retired, that'll bring up Queen. Now batting left fielder number 4, Carly Queen. And the pitch. Just off the mark there, ball 1. Carly Queen, starting left fielder. Tornadoes batting order, 1, 2, 3 hitters, Hyatt, Queen, and Morgan. Olivia Martinez bats in the cleanup spot. She's playing the DP role in this one. Caitlin Olive bats 5th. Serena Rogers-Lucky bats 6th. Then Hooper, Layton, and Webb, 7, 8, 9 hitters. Here's the 2-0. Across the plate, strike one. A 4-1 Sweet Briar win in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Non-conference play for both these teams. Pitch there off the plate, 3-1. Tornadoes split a series in Buena Vista, Virginia yesterday, winning game 2 of that doubleheader 6-2 over Southern Virginia. As this is hit, and nice play there by the second baseman Smith for out number 2. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the shortstop, the senior, number 14, Michaela Morgan. So I'll bring up Michaela Morgan. So speaking of that series yesterday up there in Buena Vista, Virginia, at Southern Virginia, doubleheader just like we're seeing today. Michaela Morgan, 2 home runs in the doubleheader. Hit 1 in game number 1, hit 1 in game number 2. One of the top hitters in the entire conference. And Morgan's able to get a base hit there. Line drive to left, but then she's able to slide in safely to second. Great hustle there by Morgan on the double. Just beating the tag. That was razor close. And now maybe we bit shaken up on the play, so hopefully Michaela Morgan, the senior, is okay. Take a quick break. Your score 0-0 here, bottom of the first. So Olivia Martinez steps to the plate. Looks like Michaela Morgan's back up and running. Good news there. She's the base runner on second after the double. Swing and a miss there for Martinez. First look we've seen at Olivia Martinez here in this doubleheader. And the 0-1. Fouled away. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the pitch. High outside, 1-2. Martinez slices that foul towards the Frank Patton Track Complex, which will host the USA South Conference Track and Field Championships later this month. One, two the count, 2 outs. Base runner at second, that's Morgan. The pitch to Martinez. High, outside, ball 2. Well, baseball is happening next door at Gilcone Field big rubber match between NC Wesleyan and Brevard College, the two teams on top of the USA South Conference standings at the moment. See if we can get an update from Gilcone Field. Meanwhile, ball 3 there, so count runs full. And the 3-2. Driven to right field. Nice piece of hitting there from Martinez. Morgan being held up at third. So we'll have runners on the corners for the Tornadoes. Well done there, Olivia Martinez. That'll bring up the senior, Caitlin Olive. Now batting for Tornadoes, senior first baseman number 34, Caitlin Olive. And Olive hammers that to left field. And that's going to be a double. 2 RBIs come in. Tornadoes ahead 2-0. And that's an RBI double for senior Caitlin Olive. Now batting for Tornadoes, the catcher, the senior, number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. And that'll do it for the bottom of the first, but Tornadoes able to strike first on the 2 RBI double by Caitlin Olive, the senior. Great piece of hit in there. Tornadoes 2 doubles in the inning, able to take the 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the second. Top of the second inning, second time around, second time to the plate for Vixen hitters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A 2-0 lead for the Tornadoes after the Caitlin Olive 2 RBI double in the bottom of the first. Pitch here from Grace Reynolds, high. Reynolds pitched very well yesterday in the win over Southern Virginia. Complete game victory for the sophomore. Pitch here. Off the plate, ball 4. Now bring up 2. Now batting number 22, Victoria 2.
Ball. Oh, thank you.
2-0 the count. Just getting started, game 2 of this doubleheader. And the pitch from Reynolds. This is driven to left field, and Carly Queen, nice play there, covering a lot of ground. Now batting number 20, Abby Wilkerson. I'll bring up Wilkerson. Batting from the right side. Called strike. 0-1. And the 0-1. This is clubbed to left field, and the play there once again, back-to-back putouts by Carly Queen. And that'll be 2 outs. And that'll bring up Williams. Now batting number 23, Caden Williams. Swing and a miss there. 0-1. Fouled back there. Count runs to 0-2. Runner at first, that's Rees. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Fouled away there. Another result worth talking about from the weekend, women's lacrosse. 20-2 win over NC Wesleyan yesterday. A program record 4-game winning streak for the Tornadoes women's lacrosse program, so they keep on rolling. Women's tennis had a big win in extremely windy conditions for that sport. And called strike 3 there. Big time strikeout as Grace Reynolds able to get the third out there. We'll head to the bottom of the second with your score, Tornadoes 2, Vixen 0. So Gabby Hooper will lead things off for the Tornadoes. Hooper, Layton, and Webb. And for 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Evie Layton, number 13. It's a quick out there. Patrick retiring Hooper. Now batting for Tornadoes, number 13, Evie Layton. And that's hammered into center field. So nice piece of hitting there for Evie Layton. Now bring up Jasmine Webb. Now batting for Tornadoes, right field number 24, Jasmine Webb. So base runner aboard. That's Evie Layton. Now Jasmine Webb, who has come on in these last couple of weeks or so for the Tornadoes. Now the starting right fielder, exciting freshman. Webb hammers it down the third base line, and the fielder's choice, but safe all around. Now batting for your Tornado center fielder, number 5, Beth Hyatt. Pitch there off the plate, ball 1. Update from the baseball game. Exciting one going on over there at Gilcone Field. Brevard 8, NC Wesleyan 7. Top of inning number 8. Winner of that game will have sole possession of the first place spot in the USA South Conference standings. Big time matchup between those two USA South programs. Meanwhile, non-conference play here. It's been a intriguing doubleheader here on Senior Day. The Sweet Briar College Vixens, members of the ODAC, the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. Ball 4 there, so the senior Beth Hyatt able to load the bases. Now batting for the Tornadoes, left fielder number 4, Carly Queen. That'll bring up Carly Queen. Bases loaded opportunity for the Tornadoes, who are already ahead 2-0, looking to add more here. Pitch there to Queen, called strike. And the 0-1. Grounder to third. And able to beat out the throw there. So an RBI single for Queen, add a run to the Tornadoes. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the shortstop, the senior number 14, Michaela Morgan. That'll bring up Morgan. So big opportunity here for the Tornadoes to continue this trend. A 3-0 advantage. And Morgan will be your hitter against Patrick here. Bases loaded opportunity. One of the top hitters in the USA South Conference. First pitch missing, ball 1. And the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. And the 2-0. Across the plate there, 2-1. Count runs to 3-1. Bases are loaded for Michaela Morgan. Olivia Martinez awaits on deck. As that's hammered down the left field line. That's another RBI single, this time for Michaela Morgan, and Tornadoes add another run. And now a visit to the mound as Sweet Briar is going to have a pitching change after the RBI single by Morgan. Olivia Martinez is due up, and we'll have a new pitcher for Sweet Briar. So new pitcher for Sweet Briar is Grace Pacenti, who got the win in game number 1. Pitching a complete 7 innings, allowing just 1 run. Her first assignment, Olivia Martinez, who takes ball 1. Swing and a miss there. Big cut from Martinez. 1-1 the count. A 4-0 advantage for the NATOs. Bases remain loaded. Another opportunity here. 1-2 the count. So Pacenti getting ahead of Martinez. Martinez did not play in the first game, so first meeting between these two players, pitcher and hitter. Off the plate, ball 2. Another update from Gilcone Field. Back and forth we go. NC Wesleyan now with a 10-8 lead in the 8th. Pitch here, swing and a miss for out number 2. Now batting for your Tornadoes, first baseman number 34, Caitlin Olive. The count after Martinez was retired via strikes. Bases remain loaded by the senior Caitlin Olive. This is well struck past the center fielder. 3 runs are going to come in. It's going to be a 7-0 lead for the Tornadoes. And that's a 3 RBI double for senior Caitlin Olive. Big time performance here from Caitlin Olive. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the senior catcher, number 26, Serena Rogers-Lucky. The Tornadoes, huge 2-out, 3 RBI double from Caitlin Olive. Her second double today. And the Tornadoes have stretched the lead to 7-0 here in the bottom of the second. Olive now 2 doubles, 2 for 2, 2 doubles, and 5 RBIs in this ball game. And this is well struck as well, but great play by the center fielder, Kaleba, for out number 3. But Tornadoes, a big performance there in the second inning. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. Your score, Brevard 7, Sweet Briar 0. So we head to the top of the third. Grace Reynolds now has the advantage of a 7-0 lead that the Tornadoes offense has created. Big second inning there. 3 RBI double by Caitlin Olive as that first pitch is driven to left field for out number 1. Now batting number 9, Ilka Marie Kaleba. Also RBI singles in that big second inning by Carly Queen and Michaela Morgan. Morgan, Queen, Hyatt, Webb, and Layton all scored in the inning. A 5-run frame that has given the Tornadoes a 7-0 lead here in the top of the third. Grace Reynolds continuing her outing, and that pitch missing. 2-0. The pitch is hammered foul. 2-1. Base is empty, 1 out here in the top of the third. Hammered foul once again. This is driven, this is well struck to deep left field, and Carly Queen, what a play. All the way to the warning track, goes vertical, and able to make the play there, and Tornadoes faithful just erupt. Now batting number 3, Kaylee Hudson. I'll bring up Kaylee Hudson. What a play by Carly Queen, ladies and gentlemen. So now 2 outs, base is empty. First pitch, a ball. And base hit there by Hudson of the Vixens. So runner aboard with 2 outs. Now batting number 2, Anna Smith. I'll bring up Anna Smith. This is lifted, foul. NC Wesleyan's added another run over at Gilcone Field, 11-8. Over the Tornadoes. If you want to toggle back and forth or maybe get 2 screens going, both these games being broadcast on YouTube today. I know some people in their makeshift sports bars and what have you get the Tornadoes on one screen and perhaps some Major League Baseball or NBA, NHL action. Women's college basketball final underway as well. Iowa versus LSU. As as this is driven and straight to Michaela Morgan. Great job defensively there. And Tornadoes able to take care of business in the top of the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third with your score. Brevard 7, Sweet Briar 0. So Gabby Hooper will step to the plate. Vicente, who came in relief of Patrick. Vicente was the Game 1 winner. She went 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Tornadoes ahead 7-0 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch there, foul tip, strike 1. And the 1-1. Low inside, ball 2. On deck is Evie Layton. This is popped up. And third baseman Hudson makes the play. That'll bring up Evie Layton. Now batting for your Tornadoes, second baseman number 13, Evie Layton. Fouled off there. 0-1. One the count, 1 out, nobody on. Layton at the plate. Fouls that back, 1-2. Layton drew a walk in game number 1 of this doubleheader. Pitch here. Fouled. Great effort by the left fielder of the Vixens, Lauren Jamerson. But the at-bat will continue as Jamerson was unable to make the play. And the 1-2. Outside, ball 2. Full count. To Layton. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. So Layton goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Jasmine Webb. Now batting for your Tornadoes, the right fielder, number 24, Jasmine Webb. First pitch to Webb is popped up in foul territory, and nice play by the catcher of the Vixens, Abby Wilkerson, to retire Webb and end the threat there in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll head to the top of the 4th with your score. Brevard 7, Briar 0. Warren Jamerson will lead things off for the Vixens, trailing 7-0. Tornadoes looking sharp here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Had the senior day ceremony in between the 2 games. And perhaps that has energized the Tornadoes here in game 2 of this doubleheader. Briar won game 1, 4-1. Jamerson blasts this into center field. But what a play by the senior Beth Hyatt. Able to flag that down for 1 out. Now batting number 7, Melanie Reese. I'll bring up Reese. First pitch from Reynolds, inside, ball 1. So this concludes a stretch of 10 games in 8 days for the Tornadoes softball team. As that's hammered foul. The Tornadoes played a doubleheader 1 week ago, March the 26th on Sunday at Salem. They had a doubleheader here at home versus Meredith on Tuesday. And then they had a doubleheader Friday at Mary Baldwin, a doubleheader yesterday at Southern Virginia, and then today a doubleheader. So 6 games in 3 days and 10 games in 8 days. As this has popped up, and Olive is able to make the play for out number 2. Now batting number 22, Victoria 2. So Victoria 2 will step to the plate. And the pitch. That's hammered foul. 0-1 the count. Seven 0 Tornadoes on top. We're in the top of the fourth. And the 1-1. Lifted to left field and in fair territory right along that left field line. Queen able to make the play. She has been outstanding out there in left field today. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Tornadoes. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on. Due up next inning, Hyatt, Queen, and Morgan top of the lineup for the Nados. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth with your score. Brevard 7, Sweet Briar 0. So Beth Hyatt will step to the plate. Final score from Gilcone Field, NC Wesleyan 11, Brevard 9. What an exciting three-game series between the two top teams in the baseball standings, but NC Wesleyan getting the better of today's matchup. Meanwhile, it's been all Tornadoes here in game 2 of this doubleheader, a 7-0 advantage. 1-1 the count as several changes for Sweet Briar defensively. Meanwhile, sacrifice bunt there for Carly Queen moves Hyatt all the way to third. Now batting for Tornado, shortstop number 14, Michaela Morgan. We've seen Jamerson cover a lot of ground out there in left field, but unable to make that play. Some great efforts there, trying to flag down those foul balls. That bat will continue here for Michaela Morgan. Morgan fouls that back. 0-2. So that'll be out number 2 as a foul bunt equals a third strike. And bring up Olivia Martinez. Now batting number 33, Olivia Martinez. So 2 outs here for Martinez with the runner on third. That's Hyatt. One ball, 2 strikes. As this is driven to left field, Jamerson tries a diving catch, but unable to come up with it. And that's going to be a double for Olivia Martinez. So, able to drive home Hyatt. Great job, Olivia Martinez. Now batting for Tornado's first baseman, number 34, senior Caitlin Olive. And now a visit to the circle for the Sweet Briar coach. 8-0 lead for the Nados. pitching change for the Vixens as they go back to the original starter, Patrick. And Caitlin Olive takes strike one. Tornadoes have opened up an 8-0 lead after the Olivia Martinez RBI double. Bottom of inning number 4, Caitlin Olive, who's had a hot bat today in the second game of this doubleheader, grounds out there as we'll head to the top of the 5th. Your score, Brevard 8, Sweetwater 0. Top of inning number 5, runners first and second. Leba at the plate, 1 out. The pitch from Reynolds. Gets by Rogers Lucky, so that'll be a wild pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. An 8-0 lead for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes trying to take care of business here in the 5th. Pitch. Just missing there. 3-2 the count. So that's hammered foul. And the 3-2. Fouled off there. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runners second and third. Pitch from Reynolds. Hammered foul towards the home dugout. And the 3-2. Hooper with the play at home, and Rogers Lucky able to make the tag. Nicely done there. Force out at home. That'll bring up Hudson. Now batting number 3, Kaylee Hudson. So 2 outs here. Tornadoes sensing potential victory here, but still need to get this 3rd out. Runners first and third. Pitch there across the plate. Grace Reynolds feeling it. One now the count. One ball, 1 strikes, 2 outs. Grace Reynolds deliver the pitch to Serena Rogers Lucky. It's just off the plate, 2-1. And the 2-1. Hooper to Olive. And the Tornadoes win the 8-0 victory in 5 innings. Play some celebration. 8-0 your final score here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Appreciate everyone coming out here to the BC softball field for Senior Day. And big congratulations once again to the senior class. How about giving it up one more time for Lindsay Toll, Beth Hyatt, Michaela Morgan, Serena Rogers-Lucky, and Caitlin Olive, the Brevard College 2023 seniors. Congratulations, seniors. So your final score here, game number 2 of the doubleheader, an 8-0 win in 5 innings. Tornadoes able to get it done. And a feel-good vibe here at the BC softball field. Well, I want to thank everyone who helped behind the scenes. Great job by the Brevard College volleyball program coming off that big spring performance yesterday at Milligan. So great to see them getting that work in, and appreciate their help behind the scenes. And thank you, NATO Nation, for continuing to tune in to Brevard College Tornado Athletics. Big congratulations to the senior class. And the Tornadoes able to get the 8-0 win. Winning pitcher Grace Reynolds. Caitlin Olive had a huge performance in this one. A couple of big doubles, 5 RBIs. Olivia Martinez with an RBI double as well. And it all adds up to an 8-0 victory for the NATOs. Well, stay tuned to bctornadoes.com, BC Tornadoes on social media. We'll have Tornado Talk tomorrow night, Monday night at 7 p.m. And make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that little bell so you receive all the notifications when the Tornadoes go live. Your final score for the final time at the BC softball field, Brevard 8, Sweet Briar 0. Go Tornadoes.